Hey there, everybody. Welcome to um, the welcome to my second Renaissance mix match here against Fireonice. Fireonice. We've got Cathedral right off the bat, a little bit up high. We're gonna open Cathedral here, probably Cathedral Patron. You could do Overlord as a way of getting Sculptor. Also, just wait. I mean, having the Patron itself is pretty good, so I don't expect this game will last too terribly long. I don't know how much time we have to mess around with all the various things here. I don't know if you... I guess Villain doesn't really impact Cathedral all that much. So we're gonna get a couple sculptors at least, and then mostly just slam the fours. Probably buy Sears beyond the first couple sculptors. And then, oh, this is sad. We bottom decked like 2 patrons and a sculptor. That's unfortunate. Not a huge fan of the Overlord. It's okay. Maybe it's good on 4 here. What am I gonna have on my next turn? Gonna have quite a bit of money. Here's an idea. That was quite a nice payoff for them. They didn't get a sculptor. That's interesting. Guess they didn't have 5. The question here is whether we're looking at a ball or another sculptor. I mean, the sculptor will pretty quickly have beaten out ball, I think. This is not great, to be honest. What they're doing. They're just not adding components, right? Like they get 1 Overlord. I'm going to add, well, hopefully quite a bit of stuff. But I think I will sear once. Not a great seer, but okay. I could think about a native village at some point. This was also not like a super great turn, to be fair. Though I did get a couple fours out of it. This is not super clear to me, but probably it's okay. Yeah, already hitting this kind of point, but that's just how it's gonna go. There's not really a... Probably should have done that in a different order. Okay. At some point I need to stop taking the debt. I mean, the overlords are good, but they're probably not this good. I do feel pretty far ahead. But not out of range ahead. Not by any stretch. Yeah, they do need a sculptor. Trying to figure out. Okay. This is all pretty good. And the idea is that eventually you're just trashing, you're trashing one of your villages or one of your some things every turn. For another sculptor. I think I won't take an overlord this time. that doesn't. That seems better. In fact, it seems better than what I did as well. I did the same thing where I didn't actually get the. I should have just gained the ranger. I mean, it would have cost me an action, but I think I could afford it. We can actually think about adding provinces because we can set them aside, so that's pretty appealing. I don't really feel the heavy, to me, at least, I don't really feel the heavy, patron thing. I don't get it. Like, it's not that great to generate. I mean, coffers are fine, but anyway, I mean, it was kind of getting to the point where a ball is maybe better than a sculptor in terms of what you get out of it before the end of the game, but I mean, obviously the ball, it gives you 2 things for the next turn, so there's some immediate benefit as well, of course. So I shouldn't. Could have set aside a copper. Maybe I want to pick them up. Gotta think here. I have a lot of stuff. It's gotta be better just to leave it. I mean, the duds aren't like super likely given the nature of the deck, but there's some amount of these which are probably better than silvers. It's not totally clear to me what that balance is. Kind of funny to hit him with a villain. You can hurt them with villain. Whether it's better than getting the 4, I don't know. Okay. I was kind of thinking about doing a ball, but maybe I'll do this. It does look like a villain might have been a little bit painful. I don't know. You can like discard seers or like patrons, and it's not such a big deal. Yeah, I think they're just under gain sculptor. By quite a bit. They maybe can double here. So they're running out of actions as well. I mean, they can get silver, so it doesn't. I guess it doesn't cost them actions, but. I wonder if I can get to triple on my, or threatening it anyway. If we're really lucky, we'll get to set aside their game patron. They don't have. I don't know if they're just gonna double. may be able to pile out even if they double. It's not impossible. I don't think double province is gonna get them anywhere. Okay, with single, I think I can probably end it quite easily. Okay. Think a little bit here. Not too much, but a little bit. What do we need? So we gotta do 8 games. We have 3 sculptors. Another overlord. That's 4. And we just need 2 balls. And an estate. That's easy. That's super easy. No need to even sweat it. Yeah, and double wouldn't have helped. All right. Game 1. There, I was first player there, so that's not right. Copying pasting poorly. All right, now this is pretty wild just at a glance. Oh, we'll see. This stuff's always pretty nutty. This is okay. This is the board. I'm not sure exactly. Like, you do want peasant, but I think you want peasant. I mean, but you might not open peasant. Like, you might try. I mean, there's a kind of a cheeky attempt you can make here where you try to get innovation before you play your groom. Like, you open the Silk Merchant Groom. I didn't really explain what I was saying. I only open the Silk Merchant Groom. Hope you hit 6, and then hope you can innovate the peasant you gain off groom. I hate the T-Mog opening. Not that it's a bad card. It's gonna be useful here, but I don't like opening it at all. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and do groom peasant. This is collision's a little sad. It'll cost us a villager, but the way it goes. I probably need to buy a T-Mog. This can be a second peasant. Oh, Slay's not crazy. We do need to get to innovation somehow. Which I'm not sure. I mean, if we had drawn a little differently, like we had drawn a T-Mog here, that would have been something. They did have quite bad luck with their T-Mog to not play it till turn 5. So that's fortunate for me. There's something here to either getting another silk to really up the odds of hitting 6k. We didn't get there. We got peasant, soldier, and silk merchant in these cards, and T-Mog. We're probably not. I mean, we can hit innovation. I mean, I can just get another silk merchant and do innovation, which might very well be worth it, actually. I think that's what I'll try. Because you need innovation very badly here. Would have been nice to have like the soldier in hand here, then we could go ahead and trigger. Now it's not clear whether you can trigger or not. Oh, and horse. We're gonna trigger because we would like to get to the what can we toss? Probably this silk merchant. I don't know how to get. I need another dollar pretty badly. Because I need to be able to do this, I think. Well, this is garbage, kind of garbagey luck. I wanted a silk merchant. I wanted to do this, of course, but that was a little sad. They have a lot of tokens, or a lot of coffers. Didn't get to fugitive. I don't know that I'm gonna get to fugitive. That sucks. I want to hit the silk merchants, but we're definitely gonna just pile out on something. I don't know how to make. Did play my peasant, right? Yeah. don't know if we get a teacher. Like, what are we gonna teach? The targets are pretty diverse. You probably just keep disciples, though. You also, I guess I could have trashed a copper. I guess I was just swapping it for ducat, which isn't that good. Like Slay is okay. I'm gonna be so tight on actions. Is the problem. This is pretty unclear to me, but didn't get the fugitive, unfortunately. Or, well, we bottom decked these things, which were the problem. Or one of them. I think there's only one in the deck. Okay, so we've done all this Silk Merchant stuff, which is fine. One thing about the innovation, or innovating the thing you T-Mog, it's not like that big of a deal or important, but you do lose, in some sense, a card that you would normally get off of innovation, because normally you can play the innovation from the card, which is like in your discard pile or whatever, whereas the T-Mog one is in your hand. But obviously you save the action either way. There's just some advantage, of course, to, like, playing a Swashbuckler at the start of your turn. Come on, give me the fugitive. Holy cow. It's bad. I mean, I could play an estate, but, like, that doesn't seem like the thing to do. I didn't know I had that many coffers. I guess the gold's okay. It's not, like, that good, but whatever. Look at all these artifacts I have. I didn't even know we're gonna make these decks work. They have a disciple, which is huge. I didn't get a disciple, which is awful. I don't really want to spend. I think I'm just gonna buy a T-Mog. This is a little questionable. There's the fugitive. Probably could have done a. Actually, we'll see if they let me undo this. I think I'll do a Silk Merchant. Not really. I guess if you don't have anything better to buy the duck, it's fine, but it's really not that great. Okay. I mean, in theory, I would play the Silk Merchant first, but since I already have a discard target, this is probably fine. It would be nice to play a T-Mog if there's one in here. And they're just letting me have the flag bearer, at least at this point. Or, so far. Not that I necessarily expect them to let me keep it forever, but did I gain an estate? Kind of silly. What do we... I don't mind hitting them twice. with soldier. That seems okay. Well, they toss pretty much junk. I also sort of don't mind greening. But I need to bear in mind I need some path to finishing. T-Mog is kind of a viable way of doing that. I'm just gonna double just see if they feel a little pressure. It's probably not actually the play. But it's not like unreasonable. They took my treasure chest. Those fiends. I don't know if this is really true, but it kind of feels like they don't have the greatest disciple targets in the world. And the swashbuckler is pretty good. But we don't have it. This is perfect too, because I get the flag back after this. Well, not perfect. I mean, whatever. It's fine, right? They get to. It doesn't really change what I would do, but I'm gonna be able to take the flag away from them. I don't even know if you put like actions on swashbuckler. If they have, I don't know if they'll have time to get a teacher down and put actions on swashbuckler. I don't know if it does all that much. They can probably compete decently well on just taking province. Yeah, it's not actually totally clear to me if I should take the swashbuckler off the flag bearer off the silk merchant, but whatever. We can do both. If we go T-Mog, if we chain through T-Mogs, but we're all gonna have action problems soon. And yeah, maybe the thing is just to take the villager while there's a chance to take it. But they discipling like groom. What do they have? They could disciple slay. They have slay. Disciple slay would be okay. Though again, adding another slay is a little bit. Disciple swashbuckler, all right too. The hard part still being, yeah. I mean, if they have time to get plus act, and it's just it's at least 2 turns away, maybe 3. I don't know. Without villagers, they kind of have to get lucky on where they draw the teacher next turn. But if they can do it, then that's great for them. They did get a bunch of disciples here, so they may just totally outrace us here. don't know. Without a villager, I don't know that I can actually go through with this. Okay, that's super unfortunate. Even if that's all they do, that's super unfortunate. Because now next turn they're gonna be able to at least double province. I don't know how to make this work right. I mean, we want to take away some of their abilities to gain these swashbucklers off of disciples, so we'll do that. What? Oh. What the? What even I guess it'll just fail to. I'm gonna hit put in hand and see what happens. I don't know. I just wanted to see what happened. Anyway, this was bad. I didn't get to any of my disciples. Yeah, they're just gonna put plus action on this thing, which is gonna be no good. For me. I don't know if it would have changed if I hadn't provinced. I mean, obviously province didn't help me get around, but I don't know what I would have bought to help it out. Maybe guides. It's just gonna be rough. They're also getting coffers off all of these plays, so this is at least an easy double, maybe a triple. They have 2 golds in there, at least 2 golds by now. Who probably they have triple money. I don't know if they have game ending money. If they disciple, they have 2 disciples. I bought them. I didn't find any of my fugitives or disciple here. If they can disciple grooms, maybe they can end it. They just went ahead and played on. I'm so sad about my fugitives and disciples. Anyway, it doesn't matter at this point, right? They got the action plus action on the teacher or on the swashbuckler way too fast for me to have any shot. Like, they can play it however they like. So for sure does not at this point matter. You kind of stick around in case they decide to blow it somehow. That's interesting. And none of it matters too much. I literally have one disciple, two fugitives in these bottom 5 cards. Like you can't. All right, you can't do anything about that. I don't. I don't know that it would have made a difference, but all right, I won't resign. But I can't even play the Silk Merchants. But or there's not even really anything for me to buy here. Can buy an estate or a duchy. I mean, just like what are you gonna? This is your bottom 5. I mean, I don't feel that bad about losing. I think they're good. I think they're probably gonna manage to kick off their turn and do something here. Can wait and see, but I have to imagine they'll be okay. I won't make them think about it. See, the problem is I don't like have a pile out either. I mean, they weren't gonna full dud, right? They're gonna be able to at least buy a province, I think. So, most likely they're gonna be able to end it. They just had to figure out their guide and T-Mog stuff, but seems pretty certain that they had something nice they could do on their turn. Right, this board. Another Silk Merchant T-Mog thing, though the 5s. Well, it's a different. Spices is a good target. But no, like, draw target. There's plenty of draw, though. I mean, ideally, you get the 4-3. You can go Spice Merchant T-Mog, I think. Oh, there's tax. Never mind. That's gonna muck with stuff a bit. We'll just have to see what open we have. Because there is a lot of drawn stuff, but there's also just a pretty fast, fairly fast money-ish kind of thing you can do. I guess you don't really want to unlock the, like, you don't want to open Silk Merchant. You don't unlock the T-Mog or the Silk Merchant T-Mog open for them if they have 4-3. Like, this is okay-ish. Not exactly what you want, but not super awful. And then this is either a Slayer Border Guard. I suppose. A bit weird. A bit weird board. So they can come out of this. They could open similarly, but have one less debt. It may not matter if I end up wanting to buy a 2 here on this turn, but could be helpful for them. I'm not fully sure that I did the open right. I don't want City Gate. Guess it doesn't matter. The T-Mog can miss. More a question of, is there something nicer I can buy here? I can get it here. Do you want hideout? That's the thing which they may be able to do. They also got to play their team on turn 3, which is nice. This is by another silk merchant. Okay. Alright. So I can get a silver, or I can get... They didn't... Let's get the silver. Hopefully we find the sleigh. We didn't find the sleigh. We could get a spices, but I like getting the hideout. Little sad the horses don't miss. I mean, the horses miss. It's not clear. It's not like the worst thing ever. They're gonna buy a hideout. I'm gonna put this on top, which seems a little weird, but I didn't even see there's laboratory on this board, or for the Silk Merchant T-Mog interaction, that is specifically. I feel a little behind. They did get the T-Mog turn 3, and they've done a couple of those. I'm not sure the Mountain Village or not, but they're getting a little draw going for sure. They're just moving. No other way to put it. And you can toss the silk and put the Mountain Village in hand and then draw the other one. That's a cute little reveal. It's not really like a... Oh, I don't know why they did that like that. That looks like a clear mistake to me, but whatever. It's just one copper, or one copper is in there. No, 2 coppers. I'm gonna say we play it not 100% on that, but I'm a little low on villages now, aren't I? And I'm not playing T-Mog. Interesting. Sort of interesting. Do this. Okay, this is alright. Unfortunately, they just kind of got moving. They don't have so much money. So if I can draw here a little bit, it's not so bad. But if I don't draw very much here, then there's a little bit of an issue. Our decks are kind of pathetic. It kind of feels like they should be quicker than they are, but they're not really doing much. Turn 8, I mean, things will probably ramp up a bit, but... Okay, well, this is rough, right? Because if I don't find the other... I may prefer to have the copper if I don't find the one of the villages, which is... So I guess at the same time, if I don't find, what am I hitting anyway? Yeah, I probably will have the money anyway if I don't find one. Jeez. Sucks. There are also 2 horses, so 2 horses. I'm gonna start complaining. I can't do that. So let's not talk about what's down in the bottom here, because it's too sad. It is simply too sad. The silvers have still not been bought. There's not even nice T-Mog stuff either, I don't think. I can do a horse, that's okay. I can T-Mog a horse, that's alright. But still, it's not like that great. So bottom 2 are, yeah, this is terrible. Okay. T-Mog is pretty slow. This is bad. Fireonice? What would I do? Maybe gold silk, maybe double silk. Yeah, that's okay too. As long as you have the T-Mog. I mean, I know what these are, so it doesn't matter. Just stupid. Actually, I meant to get a mountain village, I think. Of course. Well, there's the estate. What is even, there's some border cars still, right? Okay. That wasn't so bad. Man, what a unimpressive turn. Okay. So many coppers. They might. Okay, they didn't draw so much there. Maybe someday the additional copper trashing will be something for me. I think they have unfortunately I can't T-Mog anything into spices, but what's a little scary is they'll probably have the option to go for a state pile out a good deal better than me. If they're paying attention for that. I don't even know what order you do this stuff in. Now maybe if you, oh my gosh. This cannot be real. This is unbelievably, because, I mean, okay, get a copper, right? Like there's no, this is like, and I know I have a few silvers, but still. This literally, I think, is all the copper that I have left. I have 3 coppers. So I just drew all 3 of the coppers and all 3 of the silvers, I believe, just into the, I cannot deal with this now. I didn't even get to play a T-Mog, so I don't get to T-Mog the, I guess I should have gone a state to border guard, but I felt like I needed up the, I mean, obviously I still have tons of draw. There's still 3 silk merchants, 2 horses, a couple border guards. Like there was sufficient draw to get through the deck. more than sufficient draw to get through the deck. But just yeah, I'm gonna, unless they, yeah, they would have to super mess up here, I think, to lose this at this point, which isn't impossible, but fairly unlikely. I'm so mad. I didn't even get buy. Like if I get buy, then I can do something a little better at $8, and I can't do anything with it. The only thing I maybe will have that's a little tricky is I'll have 2 T-Mogs down in the next turn, which I guess represents some kind of threat, but not really. I'm not worried about the buying that. This. We also need to get. We also don't have the coppers. We have to get to the coppers. First, which is not trivial to do either. Apparently. I can't, oh, I can put so mad. I don't have anything like the number of buys you need to get what you need here. If I don't have Silk Merchant on top of my deck next turn, I'm gonna flip. Or hideout, I guess. Well, both preferably. Okay. Can deal with this. I mean, I'm gonna lose, but I can deal with it mentally anyway. Again, there's still some world where they're not paying attention to the estate pile out, which they're in a much better position to exploit. I don't know they have the 10 buys. I don't think that's on the table yet. Depending on lowering, things could get hairy. They can probably just green. I'm never going to have the buys. I can't even think about the estate pile out. I mean, I can think about whether they can go for it, but I'll never have the buys. That's just a imaginary situation. Oh, yes. That is cool, actually, for me. Probably not making a difference, but it's very helpful. I can't quite do this such that I top deck nice things. I don't know. Are they going to pile out? They might. Depends on what they have in hand. I guess it depends on what I do as well. This probably makes it not feasible to pile out. They don't call it T-Mog. That's promising. I don't know if they'll ever run into issues with the villagers or if that's just mostly won't ever matter. Probably won't really ever hurt them. Yeah, the game won't last long enough that they're gonna have an action issue. They still have a mountain village, and so they're okay on that front. They might have to burn one a turn or something, but that game's not gonna last that many turns. How many coffers did I spend? 4? Eh. They can't really double. I mean, they can, but it's very scary. And I'm gonna be in a bad spot as well. So they've basically, I mean, I'm gonna have to play probably as if they don't have a province in hand. Unless I think I can pile out right now. What would I need? Like $19? No, more than that. I can't like take a tie. I would take a spices, then I would need 5, 12, 14, 16, 21. Okay, that's not it. That's not gonna happen. So I only had 6 plus 12. I'm 12. 12, 16, 20. Well, okay. Technically, it's possible. Let me count that again. So I'd get this. I would be silk merchant to spices. And I would need then 5 buys. I think I still have 5 buys. So silk merchant to spices, and then and give me $14. So merchant to spices goes okay-ish. I probably just discard the hideout. And then we go, we need, what did it count? So 10, 12, 14, 16, 21. Well, you can buy one of the spices last also. No, you can't, because you have to get 2 of them. You have to pay off the spices debt. But you don't have to pay off the duchy debt. What did I say? 10, 12, 14, 16, 21. And I had $12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have 4 coffers still. I can get an additional 1, 5, 17, and then this is 21. So if I can draw it all, it works. I don't know if I have the draw. Oh wait, sorry, that's not what I want. Do I not have a T-Mog? Oh, I don't even have a T-Mog. It's just a classic me. Okay. Well, that makes this different. Oh my gosh. I need to be just put in a retirement home. Uh, I don't know how to do this. I need T-Mogs for threat. It's not gonna work. They're gonna have something to finish the provinces, I think. Or it's reasonably likely. But I do need to play some T-Mogs just to have like plausible chances of this is actually really good. I think now I have provinces on top. So if they didn't happen to draw them, now I have the option here. There's a spices on there too, which is probably pretty good. I think the fear also is that they can do the spices pile out. That is also a possibility. And then they just have enough to buy, like they can do these. Yeah, I'm probably hosed either way. I have to think through the ways in which I can lose and see which ones I think are a little more likely. Because if they can get a couple of these, then they can buy this last, so then they would only need like $17, and they'd be gaining 2 of them. So they'd have for sure, well, one might be milled, but they'd for sure have 9 tokens and at least $2 in hand already. But province also doesn't fend against that anyway. I don't think I'm going province duchy. Then if they have a province in hand, super easy. Pretty super easy. I don't know. I think I'm pretty much out of luck. Don't know if there is a way around any of it. I doubt it. I mean, unless their hand's really bad. But it has at least a border guard on top. So I have to imagine. It's also pretty clear from my turn that I wasn't actually going to... I guess that's not true. I had a Silk Merchant unplayed, so I might have drawn everything. So they're going for it this way, which seems scarier. But maybe they had enough draw in hand already. I don't know what their options were, of course. Saying one way was scary or not doesn't really make any sense from my perspective because I can't see the hand at all. They barely got there, actually. I mean, in the sense that they did run them actions. But they got there, so. we've got. We have the 5-2 here, which is very good. There's not really draw. This would be a bit of a pain to play. There's draw. I mean, there's draw. It's just weak, on the weaker side. For sure. Militia is going to be pretty brutal. Hopefully it doesn't play it here. So they're thinking, so they may have some scrap and militia collision that they're trying to figure out, or just a scrap choice that they're trying to figure out. I mean, that suggests militia is already in hand, or they were just real paranoid. I guess militia wasn't in hand and they were just paranoid. I'm not convinced that you need to play paranoid there, I guess is how I would put it. But, you know, I'm not going to get another silver. This is either going to be a stampede or just a second recruiter. I'm not sure which. Eventually we'll want treasure. First off, we'll want Citadel for sure. I mean, it could be Stampede. What is it? Since the next hand's pretty bad. Though the next hand is okayish to get hit on militia with, right? I'm just buying a scrap or something. And I have the estate, so the militia doesn't hurt me. Could be scheme. It would be nice to get. There's just so many things that would be nice to get. I think I'll go scheme for now. Okay, they didn't draw. Okay, that's good. They did have to take a silver, quote unquote, half. Yeah. This makes me wish I had taken a scrap. Would be nice to have by this turn, but it'll be nice just to trash anyway. Then we need to figure out, this will either be Citadel if we evade, or maybe go ahead and take a scrap. Need buy, could be Workers' Village. Maybe the sequence is to do Workers' Village. You're going to Stampede. Reasonable. This is fine to trigger. I don't think there's any reason to. Do I have $8? I must, right? I need buy now. Quite badly. So I am a little bit ahead. I had to trash a silver? That's weird. they bottom deck a bunch of stuff here, that would be great. I'm going to put the silvers back in, but I'm going to be a little thinner first. Hopefully. I'm jealous of the buy for sure. Am I ready for this silver? Probably okay. Do we take scrap though, or do we take workers' village? I may not get through this time because I had a 4. Yeah, I don't think I can quite get through. They didn't get to buy though, that's nice. I think I'm like a card short, so I may not draw one of those coppers or the silver. No, I have scheme. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can draw deck. Never mind. I mean, potentially I can bottom deck all of Workers' Village in scheme. No, that's not possible. I don't think that's possible. I think I draw deck here. Maybe go treasure scrap. They do another stampede, which is fine, but doesn't worry me too much just because it's not, they're not adding anything. So it's not too terribly exciting. This is still fine for, actually it's not quite. I mean, the scrap can be. We're going to need some hirelings. And if we can get lucky, it's possible to citadel them. But it does require a bit of luck. I'd probably be fine with recruiter. I mean, I'll have a copper or a silver that I can trash. You gotta remember that they stampeded for this turn, so however good it might look, it's not gonna happen the next turn. This is a little awkward. I'll probably toss scheme and silver. Or That doesn't. Yeah, probably. That should be safe-ish. They still didn't. Okay, they didn't. I don't know when we buy gold. May probably take a second treasure here. I mean, you can do basically treasure gives you plus card if you want it to. If you can put something in the trash, and so paired with recruiters, they're I mean, in some sense, not really. It's a bit of a loop to get there, but it makes it look like makes the recruiter look more like a moat. Obviously, a moat that generates 1 million villagers, but so that's pretty nice. You can also trash like the lucky coin. I don't know if I do card to hand or what. I don't need villagers, so let's do the lucky coin on scrap. Okay, we didn't find the scheme, guess, or the silver. So we are a little low on draw. I don't know, one of them's a horse. So that's still pretty okay. Are they on copper trashing? They still have war coppers. They didn't trash one there. Maybe I should take militia. They did draw a deck here. I think I have to do this. It's not great, but I think I have to do it. They not have as many silvers as me now. They may have stopped playing their thing for silver. I can't figure out if it's worth it to pick up a hireling or not. Probably. Just a little. It's not clear it's better to me than like a scrap treasure or scrap treasure repair or something like that. So we'll see. I felt ahead, but we're really not too far apart. Oh, I hate the wine merchants. That's great. That's great. I hate the wine merchants. Maybe I'm wrong, but they don't look terribly good to me. Now this next choice is a little scary, I guess. Actually, I think it's guaranteed. I was gonna say it looks scary, but it doesn't actually look scary. I do have too many scraps in some sense. I need another treasure. So 3 treasures and oh no, I need 4. I need all the treasures. There is some. Sorry, gosh, I'm dying here. It's okay to lose another silver, but jeez. I did apparently get too much buy, though I don't know if I ever got it when it hurt me, I guess is the way to say it. I think this is okay. I don't know. You really what I would like to top deck is a lucky coin. I don't know from the rest of this stuff what the thing to top deck is. Jeez. And maybe you should get a militia at some point. Oh, are they stuck already? That's really lucky. I did hate the wine merchants, but I didn't expect them to go that badly for them. They're just going to move us into here. Which is fine with me. I would like to find... Aw. So... Yay. There's just a horse in there? 2 horses in there? Could have probably... Well, I for sure can do a little bit more. Pardon me. I have 3 extra horses. That's pretty cool. I mean, I can triple. I don't know what they're going to do on their turn, but I don't really care if they have the key that much. But if I don't need it, I can take... If I don't need the money from it, I can take it away. Sure, let's do this. I'm not gonna triple. Well, this is... I guess I could triple. I don't think they're gonna triple. Actually, I don't want the lucky coin silver. I think I do this. I never really know what to... Oh, this is good. This is actually good to have the provinces in hand. This is actually very good here. I could certainly have a pretty duddy turn. I probably should have put a scrap on top. Or recruiter. This is probably better than the workers' village. I keep doing the workers' village, but it doesn't really make sense. To be honest. Oh, we'll see. They go. They can't triple, I'm pretty sure. Maybe the treasure can spike them to triple. They've won? That's fine. Then they have 8 there, 5, 13. I don't think they have 11 other dollars. I could be wrong. Maybe they can get to triple. That would be a little problematic. If they can. Kind of don't think they can, but they had 7-ish. They hadn't played the militia either. Also don't know if they drew decks. Oh, it'll be... I don't think I'll do quad, but triple would be pretty safe if I can get there if they just take duchies. I'm not like worried about them drawing through deck. I don't think. He I probably should have picked up a militia at some point, to be totally honest. For $4 to do -2 cards to them was probably worth it at a number of points. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna do here. We can always play the duchy game as well. I don't know if we can get the quad. That seems a little far-fetched. Would probably involve, I mean, trying for it would involve probably trashing supplies here, which is a bit risky if we don't go there. Because we'd want to pick up all these silvers as much as possible. I think I probably am out of horses. Gains a horse, gains a horse, gains a horse. Gains a horse. I don't know, maybe I might have one more. It probably does involve, well, there are a few things that could happen. I don't know how much further through the deck I can make it. Well, quite a bit further, of course, but this isn't exactly how you would do this. Can we make it for sure? There's a scheme in a workers' village. So we need to get through. How much money do we need to, if we want a quad? It seems so unlikely. I mean, I have, each of these is 5, that's 15, that's already 20 in hand. with stuff we could trash to get the buys. There's a few more treasures, but they're not all really worth 5. Some of them are definitely worth just 3 because we're gonna trash the lucky coin to them, or we're gonna trash what we gain off them, right? We can also blow up provinces if we're trying to quad. That's a point. That's worth considering, actually. If we do get around to the reshuffle, I only have 4 scraps though, so they're not really that likely to get around to the reshuffle either. This is annoying. I don't even know. Do you do this silvers? I mean, you maybe want them to get, but they also get in the way of drawing some stuff. Man, I'm so confused. I don't think they can threaten quad, so I guess that's a thing. I don't really need to buy. This is 1524. What is the last card? Is the real question. Okay. All right. 15. So we're already at. That was maybe really bad. What do we have now? 10, 24, 29. What does triple province duchy look like? They need $28. I think it's okay. They need 23. That would give me 35. They need a lot. So they need provinces 21, 4 duchies. 18 ties. They need $30. Anyway, and I have a guaranteed province. Maybe they have $30. I don't know. Oh, there was a horse in the trash. That's the one I couldn't count for. Will they buy at the end of the last turn? They also need 5 buys. No, 6 buys. They need 6 buys as well. I forgot to account for that as being hard to achieve. And by hard, I mean impossible. 12, 18. Yeah. They need 6 buys. Yeah. I shouldn't have even started to worry about that in any way. That was silly of me. Even if they can play a scrap, it just they didn't have the buys. They played Workers Village twice. Or no, wait, where are the other buys coming from? Where are the other buys? Oh, the wine merchants. Yeah, whatever. Those are some interesting games. It took us a while. I played pretty slow. Forgot to put in the score at all in the video, so whatever. But thanks very much for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all later.